Hey, let me ask you something. Do you treat rest like a reward instead of a requirement? Like we push, we grind, we go for it, and then we burn out. And when we burn out, we wonder why we feel disconnected, distracted, or depleted. And to quote the amazingly upbeat current hit song Nothing Else by Forrest Frank and Thomas Rhett, it actually has a tremendously powerful call to slow down buried in the lyrics. And here they are. This life is always trying to get me in a rush. Keep moving quicker, and one day you'll be enough. But if I do that, I won't stop and smell the roses. I'll end up being soulless and hope nobody notices. Whoo! Ouch! End up being soulless and hope nobody notices. That's like what we've come to. Yikes. Like, I don't want to be soulless. I'm sure you don't either. But you weren't designed to run on empty. But it's not just culture, that's our conditioning. Like we're conditioned to feel guilty when we stop, feel lazy when we take a moment and intentionally breathe. Like we're falling behind if we're not constantly pushing ahead. But pause for a second, literally, because here's the truth. The pause is not the problem. The pause is actually your path to breakthrough. The pause is not the problem. The pause is your path to breakthrough. Across every major faith system, across the millennia, there is one principle that shows up over and over. Humans need to pause. From Christianity to Islam, Hinduism to Judaism, sacred stillness is a feature, not a flaw. Let me show you. So in Christianity and Judaism, the Sabbath or Shabbat isn't optional. It's commanded 1 day of the week to stop, to rest, to let go of production and remember who you are and where your powerful comes from. In Islam, prayer, salah, is built in 5 times a day, not once, not weekly, but multiple sacred pauses woven through the rhythm of each day. In Hinduism, meditation and breathwork are considered spiritual disciplines. Stillness isn't seen as absence, it's a connection. It's a way to align with self, spirit, and purpose. So, if the wisest teachers across history taught us to pause, why do we still treat rest like a weakness? What if rest isn't a retreat, but a reload? Slowing down does not mean stepping back. Slowing down means gathering strength. It means getting clear. It means launching forward deliberately. So here's a fun fact some of you might know. I used to play guitar in a hard rock band called the Great Big Liars. We had tons of fun playing on stage. Loved it. But here's something quick you learn quickly as a musician. The power of the song, it lives in the space between the notes. Like think about Queen's We Will Rock You. Boom, boom, ch, boom, boom, ch, boom, boom, ch. It's iconic. Not just because of the sound, but because of the pause. Boom, boom, ch. That heartbeat rhythm hits hard because of the space in between the notes. If it were nonstop noise, it wouldn't land like it does. But that pause gives it punch. The silence makes it strong. The space creates the impact. Sometimes the pause is the most powerful part of the performance. So you might be in a season where it feels like nothing's playing. But what if that silence is sacred? What if the pause is where clarity is born, where self-trust is built, where momentum starts quietly? If you've been yearning for permission to pause, this is it. Seriously, take 3 deep breaths right now. When was the last time you did that? Now, I know some of you are thinking, okay, I paused, I breathed, I'm waiting. I'm waiting, but nothing's happening. And here's what most people miss. Waiting isn't passive. Waiting is technically work. There's a Hebrew word for this called kavah, which means to wait with tension, to wait with expectation, to hold on while preparing to move, to wait with purpose. Because remember, there's a difference between pausing and quitting. The pause prepares you to move, but only if you work your weight. And working your weight, WAIT, that's what we're going to break down next week. So if you've been feeling behind, if your life feels like noise with no rhythm, maybe the most productive thing you can do right now is pause. This is your permission to do that. Because when you pause with purpose, you move with power. Onward and upward, everybody. Have a great week.